How can you tell me boxing is the current priority for her when you show up to your real job in this, you know, this condition? Tell you that I'll be announcing on Wednesday. Wednesday was yesterday, no announcement.
Just more and more big fights. It'll be announced on Wednesday. I can't say who. I can't say where. I can't say what weight class.
So I shouldn't see no more. Like I said, you don't like what I'm talking about. You don't like me. My trash
Look at how angry and like unhinged she looks.
talking about boxing. Exit. After this, I shouldn't see now one negative comment.
We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Hey. Do tell. Claressa Shields. Listen, Claressa Shields seems like she is on a path of destruction regarding her career. Her announcement has been delayed. In this video, I will break down my truest thoughts, why I believe Claressa Shields is headed on a path that is not particularly good. Hold your applause. Please allow me to get unpacked. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I am back with some more boxing. Now, Claressa Shields, let me jump right into it. Don't know what's going on, but she missed the deadline to her fight. Now, someone did send me some kind of comment reportedly from Claressa Shields saying she was going to take down YouTubers or sue YouTubers. I don't even know what that's about, so I can't really speak to that. But the only thing I can think of is you don't like what bloggers are saying, and maybe you feel you have a defamation case. But when it comes to defamation, that means you have to actually go to court and prove there was, in fact, defamation. You can't sue somebody because they gave you any type of constructive criticism and you just didn't like what they had to say, right? It's not how that works at all. And I can't speak for anyone else, but on my channel, we get the facts straight. So Claressa Shields absolutely missed her deadline and said that she was going to announce her fight yesterday. As of me recording the video, it has not been done. I went to Win Records, I went to Salida, and I don't know when or if it'll be done today or tomorrow, but that's neither here nor there because you've been saying this for months and you said and actually assigned a date. So let's take a listen to that. Ah, yes, here we are. So I made this for you, and I even included the date of each time that she stated it.
MVP does not run boxing.
So this clip is from May 22nd of this year, right? This was after she got banned by MVP. She was like, they do not run boxing. I'm not banned from boxing. I'm free to fight. And I'll let her say the rest.
MVP does not run boxing. So let's wrap that. I'm not banned from boxing. Actually, I have a huge fight announcement coming soon. So we're going to start with that. I'll be having a fight announcement very soon. So now that I got off on that, I have to keep saying throughout this whole thing, I am not banned from boxing. I'll be announcing another fight in just a couple of days. I'll be announcing another fight in just a couple of days. I'll be announcing another fight in just a couple of days.
Boom. It's really mind-blowing how you got modern boxers and a lot of them act like cameras and microphones don't exist with the stuff that they put out, and then they act like they don't want any accountability. I don't know if it's a Gen Z thing, but you just heard her multiple times on that one stream. Big announcement. I got a big announcement. I got a big announcement. Big announcement. I'll actually be announcing in the next couple of days, y'all.
A couple of days.
I'll be announcing another fight in just a couple of days. So now that
Fight announcement next week.
May 30th. Fight announcement next week.
That part. Fight announcement next week. That part.
Now you see a fan said, girl bye, sit down Dusty. Claressa Shields says June 8th, oppressed bih is Dusty. Quote winning, billionaire status loading. Ray asked the question, who's next on your fight horizon? June 8th, Claressa Shields responded, announcement soon. One vet asked Claressa Shields, who's next on the cleanup tour, champ? That's what I want to hear, peace and blessings. June 8th, announcement soon, Claressa Shields says, and it's big. Wabwala says, first deal with the lawsuit and the looming ban. June 8th, Claressa Shields says, F that lawsuit. Fight announcement coming soon. This train ain't stopping. Boom. Somebody in her comment section on June 8th says, you got to deal with that lawsuit and a looming ban first. She said, F the lawsuit. I got a fight announcement soon. This train won't be stopping, basically. This train ain't stopping. End quote.
Of all time in the building.
Now, this was on last Sunday, June 14th. Claressa Shields said this.
Now, quote real quick. They're saying that, you know, everybody's looking forward to you and what's next. There's so much happening. I'm hearing there may be some announcements coming. Can you talk about what's next for Claressa Shields?
Just more and more big fights. It'll be announced on Wednesday. I can't say who. I can't say where. I can't say what weight class. But what I do know is that
Stuttering, voice sounds hoarse, look like you just woke up, wig, look disheveled from the baddie stuff. And you got to think about how bad that looks, right? You were at a fight card for your own promotions, for allegedly you and Salita's own fighters, right? And let me move my camera so you guys can see, right? You pulled up, and this is the status of how you looked, right? Everybody was commenting on it and whatnot, right? So bad look that it looks like you care more about your appearance, and you got glammed up and glam squatted for Baddies Columbia, Bad Boys Columbia, but the job that actually made you millions, the reason why I and a lot of you even know her name, you're showing up in this. Like, how can you tell me boxing is the current priority for her when you show up to your real job in this, this condition, almost looking like you had a hangover, sounded like you just woke up from a nap, your voice sounded raspy and hoarse. It just was a bad look. But nonetheless, she said, I can't tell you anything, the who, what, when, where, why, what weight, but I'll tell you that I'll be announcing on Wednesday. Wednesday was yesterday, no announcement.
I'm hearing there may be some announcements coming. Can you talk about what's next for Claressa Shields?
just more and more big fights. It'll be announced on Wednesday. I can't say who. I can't say where. I can't say what weight class. But what I do know is that all my fans are going to show up. Jaquan will be on the undercard, and I'm just so excited for all the Claressa Shields and Salita and Win Records fighters, because we really is building a strong brand, and we got some great fighters.
We really is bringing and building a strong brand, and we got great fighters. Now, as far as the we got great fighters part, I don't even know who they have, so I can't really speak to that. But building a strong brand, huh? Building a strong brand by looking like you just rolled out of bed. And again, there are several pictures of Claressa Shields when she was doing all these photo shoots for baddies, and she had a makeup artist like do her makeup and, you know, glam her up or whatever. That looks very bad because it looks like you show up to a secondary job and you actually come across like almost as if you care more about some 2-bit job that you got that's temporary as opposed to your real job. Like, you know, people who have a full-time job and that's the bread and butter and paying all their bills. And then let's say they want to cut hair in their garage on the side, right? You're doing a little barbering on the side. That barbering ain't enough to pay your mortgage and all your bills. Then I don't feel like, even if that's your passion, you can't, at that given moment, you can't show up big for the barbering and then you got the chair and the drape decked out and you're getting proper sleep to cut people's head. But then you show up to your real job that's paying all the bills and you show up looking disheveled and a mess. You see how bad that like comes across? Now, again, I can't speak on if Claressa Shields wants to box for real, but all we do know, the facts are, your announcement never came yesterday, the day you said, and I just showed you the proof. So there's no defamation when you have receipts. Next, it's almost like Shields lives in like a la land where I'm really tapped in with my sport. So I know what's going on. People send me content, send me videos. The bottom line, I'm not here to beat around any bush. The bottom line is Claressa Shields, her brand has taken a major hit, major. A lot of backlash. You got cancel Claressa movements active. You have reported investigations, right? Looking into her conduct. You have petitions out against her. You have bloggers giving their opinion and commentary, transformative commentary on certain things, meltdowns and video reactions that she's doing, right? And the reason I say la land is because if you were to go to her Facebook, it's almost like everything I just mentioned doesn't even exist with what her captions are, right? So many business deals, cartwheel. I surpassed the 7 incomes. So what are these new business endeavors or whatever you're talking about? Because what I see, I don't see any brands really touching you. I see you and Papoose tagging Netflix. You were tagging MVP. You did a unauthorized photo shoot and then tagged Skims as if they were part of the campaign. I already went over that. Skims, you are not an official Skims model. So why are you tagging them on Facebook almost as if you are? So what are these new business deals, right? And then the last business deal that we are aware of that you did was Baddies, and that wasn't really received well. People were like, this is a bad look. You're a 2-time gold medalist and Olympian, and you're reduced to a ratchet, trash TV, Jerry Springer-esque type of show. Don't look good, man. And it's ironic, Claressa Shields had the nerve to say everybody who has an opinion on her that she doesn't like, she did another rant video. She said, I'm high vibrational and you guys are low vibration people. You guys are low vibrational people on a low vibration. So the same woman who's getting really preachy with fans because they didn't like her outfit, I believe is what she was ranting about. You called them low vibrational people, but then got the nerve to go to Zeus Network where all they do is toss drinks at each other, yell, cat fight, act ghetto, jump over tables and slap people. But you had the nerve to call us, the common folk, low vibrational. Let's keep going. Claressa Shields, again, it's like she's trying to make up her own reality or something. I mean, you guys, you do know you don't have to be a failure, right? You see how disrespectful that is? You don't have to be a failure. It's so many things to be successful at, and a lot of y'all choosing not to chase anything. How do you know people's lives? How do you know? Okay, so someone is like, hey, I don't like your outfit, announce your fight, whatever comment triggers you. How do you know how much money they make? How do you know if they have a vision board, if they're accomplishing or chasing their goals? How are you qualified to talk about the lives of strangers, right? Because the reality is you're in the public eye. You have a digital footprint, but a John Doe who's like, I hate those white shoes, or a Jane Doe's like, I hate that purple outfit, or when you going to announce your fight, or your wig looks bad. You're in the public eye. They're not. So how do you know who's chasing what and choosing not to, right? That's why I believe Claressa Shields is a narcissist, because who are you to opine about the lives of strangers that's not on public display? How do you know what people are doing, right? She'll do these interviews and lives, and she's like, oh, these streamers are jealous of me because they're broke. How much am I making this month on my paycheck? And you could go to Social Blade. That's way off. That's way off. I get that in super chats. Whatever Social Blade and any of these sites say, I get that in pure donations. So you don't know. That's the reality of it. Because to know, on YouTube at least, you would have to know my CPM. And I've been doing this for 15 plus years. My CPM is crazy, right? You'd also need to know the retention. Where's the drop off? How long? I'm doing 2-hour videos and 1-hour videos, 40-minute videos. I'm doing 4 or 5 hour streams. So if you think you know, you really don't know. I can't speak for anyone else, but how are you professing to know how much dough anybody's making? So I think these are all distractions to make herself feel better, right? Y'all not chasing anything. But sit up on the internet mad at everyone who is successful. You are the one that sounds mad, though. The bloggers, at least, again, I can't really speak for everybody, but the bloggers I've seen, I know myself, we're not mad. We be having fun, cutting up, a little bit of satire, a little bit of parody, having jokes. The money will roll in with super chats. The fans are interacting in engagement. We're having fun. For me, all of this is just content. It's nothing personal. It's always business. Never nothing personal. So I hit the record button, do my content, and then I'm out. Give my opinion, and then I'm out. So I think Claressa, she does a lot of projection, right? Where whatever she says is how she really feels. I got to call it like I see it, whatever, right? So first is like, oh, I got 7 different incomes. I'm diversified. Then this is like, you guys sit up on the internet mad and jealous and you're not working towards your goals. You're saying this to complete strangers, right? Because you posted a 15-second workout clip. Man, this girl going outside, man. You posting little clips. This is cool. This is what you're supposed to be doing, is boxing. Cool. So I don't have no problem with that. But let's keep going. I'm not going to expand that. Here's another one. I'ma get money, girl. Focus on your own bag and you won't be so mad about what's in mine. And whatever this is, and you keep talking about this Corvette, a trophy, a house. You think you're the only person that got a house? Like, this is crazy, man. Hair and makeup, heels by Christian Louis Vuitton, top by Louis Vuitton, wrist is Bulgari, the water is Fiji, the purse is Chanel. Look at this. This one's funny. Body by me. The body is mine. Who else's body would it be? Does that even make sense? Invasion of the Body Snatchers? What are you talking about? Child's Play, when Chucky was trying to get in the body of Andy? Why would you have to keep putting body mine? What does that even mean? Corvette, it's a 2026 Z06. Man, I really feel like your life got to be miserable because all you do is like posts like these talking about haters. If your life is so grandiose, why are you on the internet so much? If your relationship is the best that we've ever seen and all that, where's Papoose? Why he ain't here, right? Why you ain't with him? You're sitting on top of your own car with pictures. And then this is the other thing that Claressa Shields does. Now that she took 40 pictures with her hair done up while the hair was still looking like that, because we know it didn't last, right? Now we'll never see the end of all these pictures, right? She got some like next to nothing pictures in a boxing gym with a tank top on, and it was done like over a year ago, and she keep reposting it, right? Very weird. Now, all these brands, Bulgari, Fiji Water, Chanel, you're not endorsed by them. Show some paperwork, show a contract where any of these brands, Louis Vuitton, LV, like any of these people are actually paying you to do that. So to me, you don't move like an A-lister that you're trying to make it out to be, because I don't advertise for free. And I'm not even claiming to be an 8 millionaire, but I know my worth, and I know I'm not giving all this. I got it. I work hard to build an audience, right? I worked hard to build my audience, to build a community that people felt safe and wanted to check back in with me daily. So if you ain't cutting a check, I'm not really promoting, unless I really just wanted to promote something for my own personal reasons. But I'm not going to laundry list 5 different designer brands and Corvette and all that, and none of these people are paying me. This is insanity. Insanity. Wrist by Bulgari, LV, Christian Louis Vuitton, but none of these people are paying you. And if they are, where's your campaign? Where's your ad? Why don't you have an LV ad? You went to the LV store and they gave you a painting, a finger painting. They gave you a little like Crayola picture. It looked like it came from a Cracker Jack box or something. This girl, I don't know what's going on, but it ain't looking good. She also posted, again, you'll never see the end of these pictures now because she did it once. Anywho, imagine this. As I stated, her brand has taken a massive hit. Fights not getting announced on time. We don't know what the delay is. I don't care if she announces it after. You didn't announce it when you said you were going to announce it, which was yesterday, right? Your brand, your bond, your word, that should mean something, especially if you're a celebrity, right? Because that's how fans and other brands end up trusting you. Like, hey, Tom Cruise, he's a hard worker. He's going to do his own stunts. He's going to show up to the set on time. He's professional. We like working with, and in the studios or Steven Spielberg or whoever, they're like, yeah, I want to work with that person again. But the actors that are headaches, they were late to set, they're disruptive, they're prima donnas. That's the type of people where, like, okay, it's a talented actor or actress, but we don't really want to work with them because they're a headache, right? So your reputation should mean something. If you tell people for months, fight announcement, big announcement, as recent as Sunday, you were like, announcement, and then you put a day on it. I don't know who, when, what, why, what weight, but Wednesday. And then you don't deliver. It's like the boy who cried wolf. And then you have the nerve to, after not delivering and failing to deliver on your promises, you put stuff like this. Ain't no humbling me. Go suck a dictionary. I don't play it safe. I take risk and win. Hashtag flat out. And you claim to be a role model. What type of role model is this? What type of role model is out here putting eggplant emojis and telling people these lewd and crude messages and putting intimate messages to your partner on social media for the world to see? Man, this is y'all quote, huh? Career is not looking good. And then you would think with all the petitions hitting Alicia Baumgardner and all the backlash you got from that and everything just going on in your career. Baddies was a bad look, right? The Remy Ma keep dissing you. The song got picked up by ESPN and blowing up. Literally, I just seen Ebro on one of his shows or whatever talk about French Montana, Max B, and Remy got the song of the summer, basically. So nothing seems to be going right, but let Claressa Shields tell it. Everything is peachy and she's closing multi-million-dollar deals and everybody can da-da-da-da. You know, it's just, to me, you're torturing your career. You are really hurting it at this point. And it's sad because you're a talented fighter and whatever's gotten into you, whatever the issue is, right, you just won't let up until you're left with nothing. You got to be careful being rich around broke people. Only broke people talk like this. Talk about money 24/7. There's other things in life other than get money, flex. I got a Corvette 2026, Z06. I took the top off. I feel so good. Like, is this all you got to offer? Is telling the world how you're the best and how good you look and how everybody else sucks and everybody's jealous and needs to get a hobby, right? And then, like, I really feel it's blasphemous what you're doing with God, where when you receive this backlash, then you start putting out these messages about being God-fearing. Man, that's not good. Look, this is not Beyonce's internet no more. It's Claressa Shields' internet. What? So now you think you're bigger than Beyonce? Hater or lover, she's still the GWOAT. Whatever that means. Wow. So now you think you're at the level of Beyonce and the internet is you? Beyonce is not getting flamed up. She goes viral for the Cowboy Carter crossover album, for getting Grammys, for pulling up to the F1 Grand Prix races, for being with Jay-Z, right? She going viral for positive things. Blue Ivy, positive things. You're going viral for being with a married man, talking spicy and not fulfilling your own timelines. Oh, I got a fight announcement. Wow. No, I will not dim my light, Claressa Shields says, to make you feel comfortable. No, I will not agree with you when you are wrong. This girl, what? No, I will not meet your disrespect with respect. No, I cannot let you talk to me crazy. No, I do not accept your fake apology. No, I do not have money for you to borrow that you can never pay back. No, I don't work for free. No, I don't have to pick up my phone or answer text to you. No, I don't owe you anything regardless of your entitlement in your brain. No, I'm not obligated. No, I can't post you on my Instagram or Facebook for free just because we are friends. That's over with. Listen, no is the new wave. Users hate being around folks who answer is no. Listen, first of all, that sounds like it's to Papoose. Because he the one that everybody is saying is using you and pawning your stuff and dry begging, dry begging for New York Knicks tickets when they were in the finals, right? Going on free trips. Your friends saying that you're footing the bill, right? So I don't know who this is directed to, but it's all sloppy. It's all messy. It sounds bad, right? No, 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 no. I'm not going to do this. Like, you could have put this in an email to somebody or a group chat or a text or told a therapist this. Why are you? Oh my God, man. Why are you inundating your social media with just pure ratchet, messy soap opera nonsense all the time, right? Where what I learned as a content creator along the way is this. You got to be careful about engaging with beefs and going back and forth with people in social media, because you bring awareness to whatever you're beefing with, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, right? When you answer anything and respond to everybody, that's usually a bad thing on the internet, because even if you are over explaining, people are going to just believe more and more that whatever you're trying to denounce is true, right? Like, if someone said, "Hey, Ego, you're short," and all I did was make videos about how I'm not short, and I swear I'm not lying to you, I've been tall since I was a sophomore, and I'm doing all this explaining, right? Then people are going to think that, oh, he must be short. He got a short man's complex, because why does he keep over explaining it? Even though I'm not short. It's not true, right? But the reality is, nobody that's ever met me has called me short as an adult, right? So I don't have to prove it. You judge when you meet me, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the confidence that most confident people exude, is a lot of times it's silent, right? You don't got to prove it, especially to strangers on the internet, right? People are like, "Oh, Ego, you live in your mom's basement." People said stuff like that to me. All right, what else you got? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go back and forth. I live in California. We don't even have basements. So I know how foolish it is. So, Claressa didn't get that memo, though. She wants to respond to everything and almost get mad at even her own fans, because they'll get fed up with it and they'll be like, "You don't have to respond to everything." And she'll be like, "I do what I want. Y'all can't stop me from doing what I want. If you don't like it, then there's the door. You hit the exit." Like, so it's just a bad look. It looks like the girl's unraveling, unhinged, spiraling, having a meltdown. Her and Papoose, that relationship seemed fried. Like, they're in the same building at the Detroit fights. Didn't look nothing like a couple. There's a video of the Win Records owner and Papoose walking around, his girl right there. Video cuts off. It didn't look like he was looking for his girl. The Win Records dude come up to Claressa and greet her and kiss her on the forehead or something. And Papoose didn't do it first. Like, what man has a girlfriend that he wants to have a baby with, according to Claressa, that he wants to spend the rest of his life with, according to Claressa, star-crossed lovers, and he not jumping up for joy? They live in two different states, and then every opportunity he sees her, he's not like the first one, at her beck and call. So I don't know what's going on there. I guess we have to wait for them. But from the outside looking in, it looked like dang near like they could have broken up, and this is all performative, right? Where it's like, "Hey, I'm with Win Records, you're with Win Records. We don't want to tell the public, but we gotta be professional here." You know what I mean? Or maybe Papoose is mad that she didn't buy him them Knicks tickets. I don't know. I can't really figure it out. I don't really care to figure it out. All I know is Claressa Shields and her brand, this ain't it. You are not helping. You are not doing any favors. And your brand continues to take major notches down every day you're online. she should really consider probably getting off the internet for a good long while. You're not meeting any of your deadlines. Hey, announcement coming soon. Announcement coming soon. Where's it at? Announcement on Wednesday, guys. Boy who cried wolf at this point. Right? You're looking disheveled. There's videos where you look like your eyes are bugged out of your head, yelling at fans, more and more meltdowns. You're not even staying consistent with what you are saying. That's a dangerous spot. It'd be something else if it was a standard someone else put on you. You're not even staying true to what you say. She literally has posts, and I'm not going to pull it up because this is like a daily thing, and I've already went over it. But she has recent posts where she was like, I'm done with the negativity. If people want to talk bad about me, have at it. I'm not in it. I'm about positivity. Next day, she did a Nigeria response video talking about pure drama and why they're not friends and how cold-blooded her friend is or ex-friend. What? Did a video talking about Jay the Boxer. Did another video with the pink hat in the gym. She's like, yeah, I'm working out. This is what y'all wanted. Man, it must be real hard to be a GWOAT fan and stan right now. The girl is making it like unbearable. That's why you don't really see many people that I've seen coming to bat for her, because when people are this volatile, you probably don't want to stand next to them, because they'll have you looking dumb sooner than later. The people who will try to come to bat with her or to bat for her, they end up looking crazy. They're like, nah, man, y'all hating on Claressa. That's not right, man. She a black sister. She a strong black woman, right? And then she'll do something else that just further proves all the bloggers and the fans that have had the criticism, that have had the critiques. It proves them right and it proves you wrong. And then now you shutting up. Where's Lil Duval? Where's Shakur Stevenson? Where's Monique? These are people who were trying to early on go to bat. Like, man, why y'all talking bad about her? Now she keeps doing the same thing over and over. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting it to yield new results. So where are these people? They just dried up. California raisins. Now they all of a sudden they don't have nothing to chime in. But they were out here trying to save her, trying to be a captain saver. You know what I mean? And then now she keep doing this weird unhinged behavior. You actually seem happier at the baddies event than your own boxing career. How are you making your priorities for baddies, but your boxing obligations, you're showing up looking disheveled, angry, right? Looking like you haven't showered, things like that. Weird. Speaking of having showered, I want y'all to pay attention to this. Now, I did an interview with an ex-Claressa Shields friend, a boxer named Jada the Boxer, and she revealed to me that in the amateurs, Claressa Shields fought a fighter who she later fought as a pro named Savannah Marshall. And in the amateurs, Savannah Marshall defeated Claressa Shields and won their fight. And Jada the Boxer told me that Claressa Shields did not shower roughly for like a week. She was so depressed or like in her feelings that she lost the match that she refused to like have the proper hygiene and bathe or whatever, right? So keep that in mind. Now, this was Claressa Shields. She took some time to visit like a gym, right, with the kids.
Hey, y'all, it's your girl.
Now, pay attention to the hat she's wearing and the outfit, right?
Get it back. I am Let's go. Toledo at my Tenor Love gym. Y'all, he got all the kids.
Whoa, here's showing the kids. Okay. Keep working.
All you gotta do is look at the hat. Look at that hat right there.
The champ is here. All the way through. All the way through. Come on, let's go. We got the champions here. The GWOAT.
Now watch when she turns around. Look at this hat. Okay. Try to remember that hat, right? So you see it right there. Try to remember that imagery of the hat. I think it'll come to play in a little bit. Now, remember I said, watch that hat. So this is a different day where Claressa Shields was, you know, doing the live.
Personally, I would like to say this, and hopefully to the people that's watching who are not supporters of me and who are not fans of me can get off. I'm not here to be liked, right? And I'm not here to be in the business of making you like me and be in a certain way so you like me. If you don't like me, get off my stuff. Remove yourself. You don't have to say nothing. It don't even make sense at this point. People to keep hating on greatness that they can't ever accomplish in life.
It doesn't make sense for people to be hating on greatness that they can't ever accomplish. What type of message is that? Right? You're supposed to be a role model and motivator, and you're telling us what we can't accomplish. Who says people want to be Olympic boxers, right? Weird, but let's keep going.
You don't like me? You don't like what I do, that I box, how I trash talk, how I rap, whatever you don't like, my relationship, cool. Get off my stuff. That's it. And if you can't respect that, me just saying, go where you like somebody at. Don't come over here. Because I'm not going to change nothing about me to make you like me. Big facts. I'm just not going to do it.
Again, you see how tense and high strung she sounds? I'm not changing nothing. Then, I mean, talking to people like that, I highly doubt you're going to get the desired result. Let's keep going.
So that you're here and you're saying certain things or you're saying stuff, go ahead. Just bounce them. Because the negativity and stuff is really not needed. And I don't really care for it. And I don't need you. And clearly you don't need me. So just bounce. That's all. You ain't got to be here. To be making all these comments and being like so negative every single day, it doesn't make sense. If you like somebody else, whatever, you should go support them. Help them make money. That's what you do. You don't come over here and harass me. Go.
Again, now she's the victim. Mind you, after this live went up, because it was live, so it was in real time, she put those posts that I went over where she was like, sucker, I ain't changing, I ain't humbling. So it's very passive aggressive, right? Here it sounds like you're gonna cry and you sound like completely drained and like melancholy. But then after that, you're aggressive again, like, oh, I got a Corvette, I'm making money, I got the Z06 and Bulgari on the wrist and Louis Vuitton. Like, it's really weird, man.
So I shouldn't see no more. No. Smell, why are you talking about it? Like I said, you don't like what I'm talking about. You don't like me. My trash
Look at how angry and like unhinged she looks.
talking about boxing. Exit. After this, I shouldn't see not one negative comment. It shouldn't be not one. Everybody who's negative should just go.
Internet does not work like that. It's a free public space. You went live. People can join and leave whatever comment they want. Like, she's like, oh, I shouldn't see one more negative comment. Anyway, let's fast forward. She starts shadow boxing.
I'm out of clothes.
Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast. Talking about how she's a model.
Get paid doing this what I'm doing right now. It pays me right now and pays me in the long run too. I fights. Shadow boxing feel like running.
Shadow boxing feel like running. So she's doing these little workouts, right? Building work, a little shakeout, building up a sweat, right? Pay attention to the hat now.
I just told him I got nothing nice to say. You shouldn't even.
Okay, so you see that like bead of sweat. She's working up a sweat, regular boxer stuff, right? Pay attention to the hat. That's all I want you to do. So she's working up a sweat, shadow boxing. Now, in this clip, she's working with a boxer named Montana Love. The hat is gone, but she's outside working out. Like, you're a pro fighter. Why are you not in an actual boxing gym? You said you were in Toledo, right? There's plenty of gyms in Ohio, boxing gyms. Why are you working out by a pool in the heat, right? Like, people are with their kids and that kind of thing. You know what I mean? That doesn't seem like the appropriate place, especially for a person who has an upcoming fight. So this whole video doesn't really make sense to me, right? Working out in the heat and all that. Whatever. Here's where things start to get weird. So the same outfit that you had on by the poolside, now the hat's back on. Okay, cool. And you're working out again, right? So are these 1 day? Are they 2 days? Whatever, right? So we've established you went in that kid's gym, pink hat that looks like this hat, that looks like the hat when you were ranting, talking about just leave. You don't have to be here, where you were shadow boxing. So we have her wearing a pink hat in the kids' gym, little gym, probably stuffy, talking to the kids. Then again, when she's shadow boxing, yelling at the camera, and then, you know, shadow boxing in between that. Then no hat outside, but this same outfit, right? Let's keep going. And I'm not going to show you the whole thing. I'm going to fast forward it because it's just her running, right? So, cool. It's what a boxer does. You got to cut weight. I mean, I don't like the focus of me. I think a boxer should be in the trenches. So, every time you do an exercise, you got to set up a camera and show us. I think that's just extra step. Like, why not get a personal assistant or just not film it? You know what I mean? If this is supposed to be someone getting ready for a fight and was supposed to announce yesterday. That's why I'm saying this, right? So you're setting up camera. It looks real performative, right? No biggie, right? Just regular boxer stuff. She running. She just came off that baddie stuff, so it looks like a little bit of a struggle. But, you know, it's someone working out, so you can't really say nothing negative about that. But here, keep paying attention. Here's where it's going to start getting weird. Boom. After doing all of that running, What does she reward herself with?
What's the cheesecake called?
It's the hot honey peach cheesecake.
Hot honey peach cheesecake. I'm about to cheat.
Wow. Wow. Again, I've been saying it for the longest. The way she is moving, she doesn't even act like a boxer anymore. How do you do all this cardio? You say you have a fight that was supposed to be announced. We've already established it wasn't announced. But according to you, you have 2 more fights this year. You're doing like these little shadow boxing for 14 minutes, a couple of snippets of you working out by the pool, right? You're on the treadmill. Cool. Those things, I would imagine that's what a boxer would do because they got to cut weight, train for a fight. But then hours after you do this, you go and get a big hulking slice, a slug of cheesecake with hot honey and peach sauce. Isn't that counterproductive for a boxer? Especially one who said they got to drop down to 160. So you got to lose weight. Jogging on a treadmill will do that, will help you, but then it's counterproductive to go eat. And that, I don't know. I'm not the food police, but who's to say she went to a bar? I believe I found the bar or whatnot. And who's to say you didn't have a drink? Who's to say you didn't eat a meal too? So I'm just going off of what we can actually see. It doesn't make sense for an upcoming fighter. And then if you did it, why are you even showing us? Why don't you just have your cheat meal in peace? Why do you think is a good look to show yourself running and then eating a big thing of cheesecake? This is just weird, abnormal behavior for a top boxer. Look like she don't want to be on the treadmill, so I guess she rewarded herself with a piece of cheesecake.
What's the cheesecake called?
Look how big that is. Like, come on, bro. And I don't like overly sweet stuff. This looks like super sweet and syrupy. I don't like stuff like that. Like, if I were to eat some sweet, I like subtle, mild. That looks really sweet. You know what I mean? Man, Claressa's career is at such a crossroads. Not that she lost a fight, but all this weird behavior, right? All this weird behavior. Like, what are you even doing? What is the point of working out hard, doing all that cardio and shadow boxing, and you just squander it and do something that's really counterproductive to you cutting weight, right? And then what's even more asinine is that Claressa Shields, she will say the opposite to the public, right? She'll say, she literally put out a post that said, "This is the most disciplined year and a half I've ever had in my life." How can that be true when you got photos of you holding up Don Julio? You're showing up to a DAZN fight after after the baddie stuff, sounding like you drank, sounding like you stayed up, sounding like your voice is hoarse, looking like you could possibly be hungover. You're running and posting a couple snippets while saying, "I got a big announcement, fight announcement soon." And then we never get to see it or hear about it, right? And going back to what I said earlier about what Jada the Boxer told me about when Claressa Shields was low after losing to Savannah Marshall, she refused to shower or whatever the case was. I have what appears to me, at least, y'all let me know in the comment section, Claressa Shields, right, wearing this same hat while working out multiple times. The photo on the right is her where she was shadowboxing and getting mad at the fan comments, right? So you're working up a sweat with this big wig on, right? Boxing, working up a sweat, right? The picture on the left is you at the bar in Flint about to eat the cheesecake. Don't you have a residence in Flint or friends where you could go home and shower? Why would you be that close to home and you have really the same top from when you were outside with Montana Love, and you have the same hat from when you were shadow boxing in the gym, the same top as when you were on the treadmill, right? Boom. You see the top, right? You see how it's white with the kind of like the inner black trim? Look, it looks like you're wearing the same clothes. So to me, I've seen focused boxers. I've been around this sport for a long time. Despite what she's telling us about being super disciplined, this doesn't look like a disciplined fighter to me, right? Whatever you're going through, I don't know if you broke up with Papoose or you're sad or you're worried about the potential petitions and boycott. I don't know. I'm not here to speculate, but weird behavior all around, in my opinion, right? How are you going to go to a kid's gym with that pink hat, talk there, be in a crowded little gym with a million kids, then same day or next day, you're wearing the same hat, shadow boxing, angry, sweating, then you put on a different outfit, and then you're with Montana Love by the pool working on combos in the heat, right? Then you're posting a video of you wearing the same outfit with the hat back, the pink hat back, from outside with Montana Love by the pool, and you're running on the treadmill, and then you did all that to burn calories, only to then turn around and go to a bar and grill and get a fat wedge of cheesecake, and you're trying to tell us you have a big fight announcement coming soon. Like, this is just, look, she got the same hat at the bar, man. How is that not the same hat in all these photos? Look at the brim. Look at the back of it. How is this not the same hat? So this doesn't really seem sanitary. It don't seem sanitary at all to be sweating in a hat with a wig. And that's what I'm saying. It look like you just turning up any type of way. Like you completely don't care about the sport of boxing. And I know the dangers of boxing, so I can't validate that that's how she feels. I'm just saying from my perspective, it looks like you're just showing up to your boxing obligations any old type of way, right? How do you go from the baddies competition stuff, right? And you get all dolled up for that. Let's go back to those pictures. You get dolled up for that. Look, and you showing up to all this stuff that don't matter, but the whole thing that made you, which is boxing, the reason that you made $1 million, your first $1 million, look, the same outfit from the treadmill. I try to tell you. So you're in the heat boxing, like, it's just, the whole behavior is weird. Anyway, you seem more preoccupied with putting these pictures up, trying to prove to Remy Ma that you a baddie, because Remy Ma said you want to be a baddie, but you're not bad enough. All these like fake modeling pictures, but we know you as a boxer, right? And I'm not saying people can't enjoy life after the fact, but you kind of got to pick a side. You're telling us you still want to box. You're telling the fans they should buy tickets to your show and support you, but you seem like you care more about the fast life and the lifestyle and, you know, sitting on top of cars and trying to flex for the fans. The messaging is very contradictory, and look at how she looking. She's like, man, this ain't going to last. This ain't going to last but a day. And that's exactly true. That wig lasted like a day. So I don't know what you did at the baddies, what they had going on, but to go from that to, you know, just showing up any old type of way Like it's like it really just feel like you don't want to do your actual job of a boxer. But again, your decision, why not pull the dagger out and be like, boxing got me here, but I'm interested in doing other endeavors. And then you're doing all this stuff, talking to haters, and I'll never be humbled. Y'all could go out there and suck a D, right? Like, what even is this? How are you expecting to get brand deals? You taking all these selfies and stuff. It's like a whole different person, man. Like, what happened to the little girl from Flint in the Olympics? Who is this person? Who are you trying to impress? And the other thing for me, I personally can't understand when women do this. You talk all this stuff about Papoose wants to have your baby. He loves you so much. Send him these pictures. Why are you overloading the internet with all these like lingerie pictures and boudoir pictures, all this stuff, when you got a man and you're not getting paid? Like, you're not getting paid no Skims contract to put all this stuff up. So it's like, I don't believe these people. Point blank period. I don't believe them at all. I don't know what's going on in the relationship, but I have ideas, and I think my ideas are probably closer to the reality of it than not. This looks weird. Send Papoose these pictures. And then another thing is, people who've been with your journey from the beginning for boxing, they don't care about hood shows like Zeus Network and Baddies. They want to see your boxing journey. That's what they fell in love with. So again, it's your career. You can do whatever you want, but you're just alienating yourself from the people who actually started with you, and you're doing it for what? You're doing it for what? I don't know. We'll see what happens next. I don't know if she'll come out and end up announcing her next fight, but this behavior is weird. You don't look like you're going home to change. You're just popping up. Like, even for a celebrity, man, like, you're at home in Flint in this picture on the left, and it appears that you did all this working out and sweated. Why would you even be comfortable being at home? What if fans come up to you and then, you got BO, or your hygiene ain't where it should be because you just worked out and had a hard workout? Or are you not working out hard and you're just putting some performative clips to get the proverbial monkey off your back? So people are like, man, okay, look, this is what I did what y'all wanted. I worked out. And you're not really working out. Something, I don't know. I haven't figured it all the way out because she does stuff weird. But like, this is a 39-second clip. Are you just doing these like little 15-minute workouts and then doing whatever you want after? Again, why are you eating cheesecake? Like, all this stuff is weird to me, man. You doing all this stuff to eat cheesecake right after it. How does that make any sense for a fighter who has an upcoming fight? Right? And by her own admission, she says she had 25 pounds to lose. So if you got 25 pounds to lose, your own words, what sense does it make to be doing all these drills in boxing only to then turn around and be like, oh man, I need that slug of cheesecake. You know what I mean? Cheesecake sound mighty fine. I'm not understanding this current era, we'll say, of Claressa Shields. I think it's something going on behind the scenes. Her team should probably get involved and do whatever they can to pull the plug before. I think it might be too late. I'm just going to put that cheesecake right there for y'all. I think it already might be too late, but let me know what you think. Claressa Shields working out to then eat cheesecake, and then you're being nasty with the fans. Do you really think you're going to win a BET award for Sportswoman of the Year? You didn't win it for like 3 or 4 other years where you weren't doing this much and it wasn't so publicized, right? Do you think you're going to really win Sportswoman of the Year when you're out here working out, eating cheesecake, yelling at fans, telling fans to suck a D, saying you don't care, you can't humble me, y'all can't stop me, y'all broke. You know, all the little greatest hits compilation that you keep running of different things that you say. You say about 5 to 7 things, and then it's just on a constant loop. So I don't see how any of this stuff will help her career, but that's me. Hype my video up. Shout out to everybody for the donations, holding the channel down. Use my link me to get to all my affiliate links, all the support links. If you want, you know, if you gain any value from any of my content, goes a long way when you support in any way that you feel is necessary. Let me know what you think of Claressa Shields. I don't like it. I've been saying it for a while, though. Let me know what you think in the comments. We unpacked.